Good day, all. Today, woke up to finding out that the car wouldn't start, so it's probably the battery. Same vehicle, 2003 Chrysler Sebring Limited convertible. A beautiful sound in the morning when you have to go somewhere and the car won't start. But what is it? Is it the battery, or is it the alternator that didn't charge the battery? In this vehicle, the reason I'm doing how to change the battery, something I would think anyone can do, it's kind of complicated because the battery is nowhere here, as you can see. Okay, the battery happens to be way under there. Okay, so I will need to remove the front left tire and go in there to change the battery. Okay, so of course by the sound of the clicking we know the battery doesn't have enough charge to turn over the engine. Okay, and there's our positive and there's our negative. Okay, and that right there proves it. Oops. Okay. And as always, I do these videos to help someone that's never done this before. Try to make it as easy as possible. First thing, I could have just gone into the trunk and gotten the proper tool, but just in case, really easy. Stick a screwdriver in there and go ahead and pop this out. Okay. Step number one, just be really careful. You know, be gentle, not to scratch your wheels. Next thing you'll need is, for this specific vehicle, a 3/4 socket. I like to have a small extension, and of course a breaker bar. Because of the heat, usually, especially here where I'm at, this gets very hot. So you will need probably to do this. Okay, once you've loosened the lug nuts, of course, at that point, then you want to raise the vehicle to remove that left front tire. Of course, it's a lot easier if you loosen them before you lift up the vehicle. Okay, so I've removed the left front tire. Okay, and now we need to remove these right here in order to get in here, which is where the battery happens to be. Okay, forgot to say, these right here, they just pull right out. Just gently pull this out right here, and then you'll be able to pull this out. Okay, and these right here happen to be 7 millimeters. Okay. Okay, so as far as these clips here, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. If you're careful and you pull them out the way I'm holding it, they should come out in one piece. If they don't and the center just comes out, then just carefully pull this out. And the reason I keep saying carefully, in this case, I mean, this is 2003. So what, 14, 15 years old. So unless you want to be buying extra parts, or like I see people with, you know, little ties and rigged up stuff, when they break these things and are too lazy to go online and order them, you know, be careful, and that way you don't have to be buying extra parts or have your car looking like a piece of you know what. Then as far as the screws, I took these two out here. So you remember, they're the longer ones. And then this little one was right up in there. Okay, so there was one more there. We got 3 right up here. Wait for it to focus there. Okay. 2 here. 1 down here. And where's the other one? 1 up here. Okay, there you go. Okay, again, as I like to make it easier for those that are watching, it's plastic, okay? Those 2 long screws that I took out. So also remember that as you're tightening, not to tighten it too tight, or you'll strip that. Okay, there's the other one. Again, 3 there on the top. There's your other one. And I'm missing one. Oh, there we go. And 2 here. And 1 there. And of course, Chrysler was smart enough to put that there so you knew that the battery was there. So in case you didn't know where your battery was and you were crawling all around the car. Yeah, that's a joke, people. Okay, so here we go. So after removing that cover, there's your battery. Hidden nicely in there. Of course, even though we have to remove it, you always want to remove the negative. Okay, first remove that, and then we're going to remove that. Then we're going to remove that, and then up here we're going to remove the next one. Okay, the bolt right here was 1/2 inch. Okay, same as the one there on the top. I would recommend loosening up the one on the top, because if not, as you're trying to move this is going to be moving all over the place. So I would recommend, I mean, you can break, just loosen this one up without removing it, and then do that to that one. Then you can remove this one. You'll see it'll make it easier for you. Okay, the battery pulled out really easy. Next thing I like to do is inspect in there, make sure there's no battery acid. If there is, I would recommend clean it up. Okay, if not, eventually it will eat right through that, and yet that you definitely don't want. One of the reasons you've noticed a 2003 car, the reason this thing is in such good shape is because I keep it up. I always, of course, before going through a lot of trouble, make sure, I looked it up as a Series 75, so I knew it was going to fit, but you would always want to take a couple of seconds and compare. You got the new one there and the old one, so you can see that it's going to fit without any problem. Okay, wasn't sure if you could see without extra light, so actually even myself putting extra light notices that's plastic, so it's good. But even you want to do check in there, see the bolts that hold it down there on the bottom seem to be a little rusted, so I'm going to spray some WD-40 on that, maybe a little grease. See, the bracket still looks great there, and even here, so everything looks good. Just gonna clean that out and put the new battery back in. Okay, so put the bracket, okay, in there in the lug first. Align it here. Put in the nut in there. Tighten it by hand. Put this in here. Tighten it by hand. Once you feel it's nice and secure, you'll be able to see that it's in there right. Then you go ahead and tighten this with the 1/2 inch and tighten that right there. Put in your positive with the 5/16. Make sure before you put it in that this is clean. Okay, very important. Make sure this is clean. You don't want to take this off again just because you have corrosion in there and you have a problem. Okay, so make sure that it's clean before you put it on. Okay, same thing here with the negative. Okay, you can see, in case you forgot, the negative goes in right behind the positive there. Make sure everything fits right so you don't have a problem when you're putting that cover back on. Okay, so I always like to check and double check everything before I cover something up. Okay, so got the 2 long screws in here, short one right there, and then all the clips back. Okay, there. Okay. So now gonna go ahead and put the wheel back, and that should be it. Okay, got the wheel back on. I'm sure everybody knows before you put the car down, you know, put the lug nuts on and go like this, like a star. Okay, you don't want to go ahead and just tighten going all around. Your tire, depending on the wheel and how it rests, as you can see on here with this, you want to make sure it's not crooked. So again, you should tighten it like that, as a star, as tight as you can while it's up, and then go ahead and bring the car down and then really torque it down. Okay, so the new battery's on. Positive. Okay, negative. Okay, it's a little low. Okay, but I noticed the sticker on the battery said like 6-7 months old. Okay, but it should be fine. Let's check now. Start.